So GameEye comes in play the early stage of multiplayer games. So game studios building a multiplayer game, competitive game. And what we bring to the game is making sure that once they have millions of players ready to go and start playing that game, that they can scale the amount of players on a world level, like worldwide level. And what they want to bring is the best game experience. And to get a better game experience, you need to deploy a game server. With that multiplayer they play on game servers, you need to deploy that game server as close to the end user as possible. And you can do that in a few ways, but you cannot stick with just one infrastructure. Sometimes that infrastructure or a hosting company or even ISP connected to that hosting company is not as close to the end user. And what we're trying to do with GameEye is build a technology, a container technology, that has the flexibility to deploy a game server on any infrastructure. So imagine if you have a massive multiplayer game, let's say something like PUBG, and you want your players to be matched on their location, and that location is, let's say, in the US. You want to make sure that those few players, those 50 players, or around New York for instance, that game server is based in New York or deployed in New York. And that's what we can do. So with the flexibility of our container technology, we can deploy on any infrastructure. Let's say it's Microsoft Azure or it's on any other network. We deploy that container, and those end users are very close to that game server. So they'll have the best game experience. What we find out with some of the infrastructures, they don't have that reach yet. And that's where Edge comes into play. So with Edge, we're now able to deploy that flexible game server container, let's say on an ISP or on a mobile operator, and get even closer to the end user. And what that means is even a better game experience.